Rob Lewis. Where we bringing you nothing but exclusives, all the interviews, all the backline stories, all the stuff you don't hear and see every day. And every guest that you see on the show, they cut from that cloth. No, everybody ain't cut from that cloth. So sit back, enjoy the show.
Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Thanks for tuning in so far, everybody. We got like a special exclusive show that's about to happen. I got like co-host guests and a special guest. A lot of homegrown humans today. All of us, we down in Atlanta right now, and it's
have a background music.
You want some?
I'm sorry.
I don't get treated like the morning show. Like y'all get effects and everything. I have to look at Jesse and be like, oh, okay, that's an effect. I thought that was an instrumental.
He don't even talk like he got music for a show.
Yeah, I don't. I just let it flow.
That's cool. I
You know,
ain't
just go
mad
with
at
the
it.
flow.
I just was asking.
Yeah, but let's make Leah comfortable. She used to the music. Okay.
I just had deja vu.
Why?
You don't know what that is? Like
Yeah.
I feel like
what triggered
that
it?
moment? I don't know when you just said.
I thought it was
Make Leah
rendezvous. I thought it was rendezvous.
Because I say that all the time.
No,
make
it's
Leah
not
comfortable.
rendezvous. Deja vu.
Rendezvous.
When I thought it was rendezvous.
No.
Well,
Is a little meetup.
oh, meet back up there.
I never known that.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So deja vu is like when you feel like you've been in that moment before. Like
Absolutely.
Fuck with us. You'll
deja
learn
vu.
something.
Yeah.
I feel like that was weird.
That was some manifest stuff.
But anyway,
What you just said, like the show we was watching, Manifest.
yeah, we were watching Manifest.
We just
on
all
Netflix.
took a nap and woke up. It was 5 years later.
Yeah, like literally.
It might be. We ain't been outside the door.
We ate a lot of food,
And that
and then
slumped us over for 5 years.
yeah. So now it's 2026.
I don't even want to think that far ahead.
Me neither.
That's like,
Just think, like, where do you guys think you'll be in 2026?
In a flying car.
well, they are making them now.
Yeah.
Where
Is
were-
we on air?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I ain't know.
Right,
I
introduce
thought y'all
your
was gonna
guest.
Introduce it. Like, yeah.
No, I
ain't
was
know.
like, I'm gonna get to that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did kind of interrupt him.
He ready. Like, introduce me. So I can put my
Because
headphones
he
on.
ready to jump into the conversation.
Yeah.
Because so usually if you jump in, I'll be like, yeah. So now our guest for the day is.
It's
All right, my bad.
Yeah, we are. We in this together.
So that's when I jumped in, you should have been like, see, as you can see, I have a co-host, Leah Renee.
See, she teaching me.
Oh.
She's the professional.
Teach
And
you.
then now he jumped in, you can be, and
Okay, so we'll do it like this. My co-host for today is the wonderful Miss Leah Renee and Uncle Clyde.
Uncle, but I'm done.
Uncle Clyde, that's his name. He don't know, like he's adopted
Whose
uncle.
ass are you looking at?
Oh man,
Nobody's.
Wow.
I want to get out of there.
I was trying to
And then our special guest for today is the big dog,
Yes, the big dog,
the
legendary.
the heart of the city. Yeah, for sure.
heart of the
I'll
city.
let him introduce himself.
What up, everybody? This Prophet Mocmoud, represent all the cast stars worldwide.
Yes, sir.
And I'm really happy to be here, though.
That's
on
what's
everything. And I've been talking to Leah. We supposed to be doing this forever.
But I guess when RC makes the call, I should have just hollered at you a long time ago.
Nah,
RC.
like y'all here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's different, yeah, because we in the city.
Yeah,
No, I'm happy to have you here. I'm happy we could finally link up.
man.
I
So
guess
is
I
this-
gotta come to your city to find you.
This not my city.
I was gonna ask, like, is this the because y'all go back how far?
I mean, to kids, I would say, you know, just
Probably like, I don't know.
That's another jewel you dropped, Leah. You never told me that you grew up on the south side.
no, I didn't. I
Oh,
didn't grow
okay,
up on the
okay,
south
okay.
side.
I knew
I'm
Harold
sorry.
longer.
So not let me not say it like that. But when I first met him, I was still a kid. I would say my first memory of you, I was at least like 16. So
Yeah,
no, I grew up on the west side of Toledo. But when I got to that age and I started, I was working at I got my first job at Adams Cleaners. downtown.
Yeah, that's the one. Too.
And so that's where I started.
Right there.
That was my first experience running into street men.
That's another
And and South Side guys. So
That's
that was like a whole new world for a young girl like me
So
who grew up on the west side of
What was
Toledo.
y'all taking to the cleaners around that time?
I wasn't going to the clinic.
No, I met him not at the cleaners, but I'm just saying like that was
Met
when I
the
first
OG.
met like
Yeah.
And so then like I think I started meeting like you and all of the younger guys when they used to have the hood stocks back then. We used to,
But we were still taking our jeans to Adams, getting the heavy starch a little bit then.
That's crazy. It's like everybody went to Adams though.
oh yeah.
I never
All the
took
dope
nothing
boys.
to the cleaners in my life.
Well,
My parents, my dad, them suits
That was
and
like an old
everything.
school thing.
Yeah, you pick up the clothes for church on
yeah,
Saturday.
My
church
dad still do that.
slacks, you know what I mean?
That's dope.
And your real good jeans, like your used jeans and stuff.
I don't know if I ever had the heavy crease though. I think I missed that
Heavy
area.
crease
I
on
might
it.
be too young. I ain't
Yeah,
get the
I think
crease.
so.
Have you started the crease where you standing by yourself?
Nah, I ain't never had that.
Yeah.
It sounds creative though.
Adams will get you
But yeah,
together
so
though.
I think I was about 16 or 17 when I first ran into Prophet. I was
Was you doing music then?
yep.
Yeah.
What age you started doing music?
I started
He
doing
used to be at the back of his
music.
truck with his CDs.
I started putting music out. It was 2001. That was when I came out with my
20
block.
years ago.
Yeah, and like I've been doing.
I thought you did about 14. I thought you.
I mean, yeah, I'm talking about putting CDs out.
okay.
Just me rapping in the neighborhood. That's how I got the name Prophet. Like rapping at the hood. I ain't had no music out. I used to rap this song. It's called Belmont Affiliated, and
You still remember it?
I remember the hook. Throw your setup, represent where you from. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Throw your setup, represent where you from. Fuck if they hate it. I'm gang related. I'm Belmont affiliated, right? And so I was rapping that when I was like 15. I used to rap out all the house parties, just rapping in the neighborhood. And so it was the Hood Stock 1997. Goozy, the rappers in the neighborhood at that time was Leland Rayford. They was called HPG. You had Goozy, you had Tune and BP and Crooked Eye. They already had CDs out and shit.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, it wasn't even CDs, they had tapes.
Wow. Yeah, that's way before.
And so I wasn't, only people knew I really rap was like people on Belmont, and I wasn't like
Your
them.
neighborhood
They was the
folks.
men, they was the people rapping. And so everybody around me, and I was always a really good freestyler. To this day I still don't write nothing down. Like I ain't wrote a rap in 20 years.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm rap, but I had this rap rope. And so this Muslim guy from the Nation of Islam, I rapped his old gangbang and stuff. And he was like, man, you see how these people really follow you and listen to you in this neighborhood? You got a lot of influence and you don't even know it. And he's like, why you leading our people to genocide? And so I had this rap called Liberation. And it was like, it was never Emancipation Proclamation. We still on plantations. Every day I see segregation and black incarceration. We built this nation, offer no reparation. The chains will never be breaking if we don't fight for liberation. And the dude looked at me like, he didn't even see that. Cause I had on all black Dickies, a black bandana. I was on some gang shit.
Southside,
You feel what I'm
for sure.
saying? And he was like, man, you really a prophet and don't even know it. And I didn't even know what a prophet was.
Did you go look it up after that?
No. Man, I
just ran with it.
No, I didn't. So my home now when I was a kid, it was this rap group in the neighborhood called the Joint Mob. They was out like 94, 95. And the guy who really got me rapping was one of their rappers, the lead rapper, but he was in prison when they shit came out. His name was Endo. He called himself Endo the Gang Guy now. And he said Endo had just got the joint. And he was like, man, you remind me of this dude named Prophet, who I was locked up with. He from Cleveland and he got life. He don't rap, but what y'all talk about, because you gotta realize, I used to be on Belmont. I touched my first piece of crack, I was 8 years old. First time I ever sold crack. You feel what I'm saying?
That was a hell of a segue right there.
Yeah, but even though I'm on Belmont, thinking I'm just this super gang banger, I was reading Malcolm X books at 10 and 11 years old. I got Black Panther Party. I got this shit. This is my first tattoo before I ever got Belmont tattooed to me. I got that shit as a teenager. Reading, studying Huey P. Newton and stuff. So I was always a dumbass. Like I was always thinking I'm a gang banger. They was like, what you gonna be? You gonna be a hooper or a gang banger, or you gonna be fucking Malcolm X? You can't do all of them. Just pick one. And so, but I always been like that. And so with this Muslim guy saying you a prophet, and Endo saying you remind me of prophet, And now it start picking up. People like, man, Prophet on some bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? And so
this is as a kid they calling you Prophet.
Yeah, this probably about 16. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't have a CD or nothing out yet. And so it became Prophet before I was even a rapper, before I ever put anything out for real. And
so you
that's
just
what
ran with it.
Shit, it ain't like I didn't choose it, like you know what I'm saying, but you know, like
and it was cool because I'm sure in the hood everybody had nicknames.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
but you gotta realize, like, a lot of my neighborhood admire me. It ain't because I'm the toughest guy. I never had the most money. I never was the most violent, but I always cared. You know what I'm saying? And so they looked at that like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did everything wrong under the sun. I ain't even saying I'm a good person, but I always cared. Like, I care about my friends. I care about my neighbor. I care about black people. I care about our people. And so while I'm learning all this Malcolm X shit, we on the block. I got 7 ounces of weed sacked up in all nickels. And I'm up here talking about Malcolm X, like with a gun on me, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, the police, like come back, like yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Contradicting.
Yeah,
though.
yes. Yeah. I'm to this day, I'm still contradicted. Like you know what I'm saying? To this day, you know, man. But like I always been socially aware though, and so it wasn't nothing for them to be like, this dude a prophet. Like, and I just always had this. Now this fucked up. I just knew, I always knew who was gonna go to jail for murder and who was gonna die. Never failed. I always knew. And they be like, this nigga really a prophet. I was like, I look at that little motherfucker, he going to jail. By the time he's 16, he gonna kill 2 people, and I never wrong with it. And so that kind of, you know what I'm saying? And
that made you be like, okay.
Yeah, there's like, man, what the hell? And I just like, and so, and that, you know.
And you know, it's nothing is a coincidence anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything has some type of meaning to it.
Yeah.
So you never knew, like, with the Muslim dude coming and the way y'all operated, he probably was being prophetic, just talking to you at the time. You know what I'm saying?
And I was always like the dude on Menace Society too, Sharif.
Yeah. with the head
because I don't smoke weed. I'm on Belmont with everybody who do every drug under the sun. I've never been drunk in my life. You feel what I'm saying? And so that
I could say that.
And so I'm always like, man, yo, I'm here. I'm on the fake black shit. Like, so I'm promoting gang banging. Like, man, why y'all? I was like, I really cared about our neighborhood, right? So I'm the one, like, if it's a dude who ain't from around here, you walking down Belmont, like, hey, bro, where you from? Or you got a color on? Hey, bro, don't wear that over here. Or fix your hat. That was me. I was the one. Like when that was me. I pushed that line.
Yeah.
But at the same time, hey man, why you drinking that white man liquor and shit? And so, that was me, dude. And so they called me to do a Menace Society and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But, so like even still, like that was contradicting still because he was selling the drug that's actually probably influencing the community the most at the time, which was, like you said, crack.
But I stopped with crack, right? I never was a real crack dealer. I sold crack when I was young. First, I was 8 years old. But what fucked me up, what made me not love selling crack, right, is all the customers was my friends' mamas. Yeah. There's every customer. And this dude, and it just broke my heart. Now, these is my friends. I was telling y'all earlier, all my friends, majority of my friends' mama smoked crack. And so the Watsons, anybody know on Belmont, we took everybody in. If you ain't have a place to live, you come to Watsons, they gonna feed you. You can stay with us, everything. And so all these fucking crack babies asleep, my friends sleeping with me. And I just sold their mama crack.
Yeah.
Killed me, bro. And so that's why I never made it as a successful drug dealer. Like, I ain't gonna say I never went back and did it. I never made a career out of selling crack, though. You know, I sold other shit, you know what I'm saying? Man, and like, but as a crack dealer, I never, you know what I'm saying? I never was a real big crack dealer. And I was why, for real.
I was in the, I was dealing, man, and I was in the room and it was the first of the month, and these parents was there, and like their kids was in another room, and they just closed the door, and then they pulling out their little hundreds. I'm like, man, that's the kids' welfare, first of the month money. I'm about to walk up out of here with it, and then they gonna tell these kids some kind of lie or something.
Did it stop you?
Yeah, for real.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I still see them kids' faces to the day sitting on that bed while their parents and me was handling business. That's, you know.
You said you never made it as a successful drug dealer.
Yeah.
So being that you grew up in that lifestyle and in that neighborhood and in that space, do you look back and feel like there was some successful drug dealers, or do you look back and feel like there's really no success in that?
It's no successes. I don't know about the whole neighborhood, but on Belmont, everybody dead or in prison. There's no success.
It's just some cats still going, right?
No.
Some cats got a little gas out here still going.
I mean, but is
It
it
still ain't no success.
I mean,
success? Drug dealing to me is when you clean. First of all, black people ruined the life of crime. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you look how the Italians and the Jewish mafia did it. They got rich, cleaned their money, got out the game. They built Las Vegas. They, you know what I'm saying? They bought the Teamsters and all the unions and construction shit. And so now their kids is fucking governors and the Kennedy president, and you know, you feel. And so we ball till we fall.
Right.
And so no, I don't know. I can't name you a Jay-Z who cleaned their money. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, personally, I heard this person that, but me personally, you gotta realize, man, when I was 11 years old, right? Like, I like, you know, some people say they from Belmont and shit. They really wasn't born on Belmont. Like, my family was the first blacks on Belmont in 1942 when it's a whole Polish neighborhood. My grandfather named Eli Watson, he moved on 1145 Belmont in 1942, first black.
No, that's history.
Yeah.
Man.
And so they started getting about the neighborhood. He got the house next door to him. That's where my Aunt Jen stayed. My mama still live at that same house, 1145.
Wow.
He bought 1143 and 1141 because they was just giving that shit away. And then you had the Blackmans move in, the Townsends, and now they robbing and killing the white people and shit. They all dipped. And so by the time I grew up, it wasn't a white person in sight but the police, right? And so when I was 11 years old, if you go back, listen to my son, I grew up on the corner. People think I'm talking about my nephew, and I said Fred Quincy and Dion died the same month. Now, my nephew is Fred Watson, right? His dad got killed when my sister was 4 months pregnant with little Fred. They all got killed in 92 in the same month, Fred Quincy and Dion. I was 11 years old, right? I made a documentary about it called On the Yard back in the day. When I say I was 11, the whole generation, all my older people disappeared, bro. Everybody died and went to jail. And so when we was 11, 12, we didn't have any big homies. They was all fiends. And so it made Q be a big homie. Like, he's balling out of control at 13, 14, and we ain't like, and so my whole generation before me disappeared. You feel what I'm saying? And so, like, I don't even know where I went from that.
Disappear, like, what you mean? Like,
Died and went to prison.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of them came home now as when we was grown, like the Big Juicer and all of them, but they was in jail our whole teens.
Yeah.
Like, they all disappeared. And so, like, yeah.
Do you feel like that left the hood in a bad place?
Nah. Yeah, the hood, yeah, hell yeah. But the hood right now is worse than it's ever been.
When you come back to Toledo and you go through your same neighborhood, what is that feeling like? And what does that look like now?
I still when I don't go through the neighborhood, my mama still live on Belmont. So when I come to Toledo, I don't even go nowhere. I'm on Belmont my whole time, and I'm throwing a block party right now to, like, bring book bags and have people talk to the, you know what I'm saying. But to answer your question, I'm gonna have to go here. I believe the hood went all the way down when we took God out of it, and when I say that is, when when people preaching about Christ, like, people just come on the corner trying to spread God's word. When the Nation of Islam stopped coming selling newspapers on the corner. When the Jehovah's Witnesses stopped knocking on the door and stuff like that. And so it seemed like the spirit left. You feel what I'm saying? And so now you only got the hoe ass niggas who my age who was punks, but they just stayed out because they kept telling this shit. And they could just tell the young dudes the dumb shit. And that's the voice. You feel what I'm saying? And so, but but the difference is, when I was coming up, man, people on Belmont hustled. You know what I'm saying? Now it's straight gang banging. Them niggas don't want no money. They just want to shoot. And so, but those the people who like me. Like, drug dealers never like me. In my neighborhood, drug dealers hate me.
Well, you didn't do what you did.
But why, though?
It's Now the killers and the gangbangers love me, but drug dealers never like me. And
is it because you was always against them selling to the people in the neighborhood?
no, it's just a different mentality. When you gangbang, when you sell drugs, you a businessman. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't too much morals. Like if it's a war with us on the other side of town, you don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
you still gonna do business with them.
Yeah.
When you gangbang, you ain't making no money out of this. I'm riding with you because I love you. You feel what I'm saying? It's a, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so that's what I am. I'm a gangbanger at heart. You feel what I'm just keep it all the way 100. I am, when a person say Prophet, it ain't nothing. People gonna say, oh, off Belmont before they even say a rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so before I'm Belmont Avenue. And these been my friends since 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. I would give my life and I would kill for them. Mm-hmm. I would lose every dollar for the love of my brother. Now a drug dealer, I don't give, nigga, it's about money.
Yeah.
And so like, and it's no loyalty, nothing. Like nigga, I will cut you out for $1. And so now when I'm throwing these city park leads and shit like that, like when they stop, I bought the city park lead back, and people don't know. When they stop, I bought that shit back. So what I do is I go to the drug dealers first. We not about to ask no white man to sponsor nothing. Y'all sponsor this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all should be the one sponsoring this shit for real.
Yeah.
For real, you know what I'm saying? Y'all only Belmont when the north side on your ass and you need some protection.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And so like sponsor these leads. And they don't like that. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's just different, man. You attract what you are, you know what I'm saying? And so I never been like we need money. Yeah. You know, we need money, but I was always loyalty and love over money. And to be a successful drug dealer, to be a real successful big drug dealer, man, you got to cut a lot of people out. It's money over everything. Mm-hmm. And so while we beefing over my nephew death, and you got your eye, like, I need money, like, shit, nigga, I ain't getting in that shit. Matter of fact, nigga, they be buying a lot of dope from me. So I would still go over there and do business with these niggas and come back over here saying, fuck them.
Right.
And so that's
it's all about money.
Yeah.
So what, is a gangbanger that sells drugs, is he unloyal, or is he keep your eye on him the type because he's
everybody sell drugs.
Right.
But it's different. Okay, like for example, right? It's a difference between a gangster first, or a man first, or a gangbanger first who sell drugs. Okay. But it's some people who a drug dealer first and they're a man second. Okay. You feel what I'm saying? And so if you're not a drug dealer,
I don't understand.
That don't make sense.
No.
Let's make you understand.
Okay. All right. All right, we on Belmont, right? Now, this guy got his reputation known for fighting and being tough and being loyal to his homies. But he never was a drug dealer, or he tried, he wasn't good at it. But then all of a sudden, he started hustling and started making money, but he still got, I'm a man first. Fuck this drug, fuck this money. If you play with me, I'll lose my life behind it. That's still his mentality. Then you got some people who never fought, never stood for nothing, but they got in the dope game. They came in the neighborhood just to sell drugs and make money. So their loyalty to the neighborhood is for money first. And so you only know them because they're a drug dealer. You feel what I'm saying? He's a drug dealer. It's money over everything. That's where his reputation come from. Like, for example, you know who Young E is? Eddie Adams? Like, he was a big drug dealer before he died. Mm-hmm. But he's not a fucking drug dealer at heart. You know what I'm saying? He was a man first. And then you got, then you got my other friend, God bless his soul. Everybody knew who he was because he was a drug dealer.
Yeah, that's how.
So you get the you know what I'm saying, and so that's what I mean. And but those who a drug dealer first in the neighborhood never liked me. They never liked me.
So the weird thing about that,
interesting.
I know that, and the crazy thing is, like, the weird thing about that is the youngins like us coming up, you know, like, just for instance, me standing on Heston, you know, and then Heston being a straight shot to Belmont.
Yeah.
When I go back and, like, look at it, like, I really looked up to the drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Because they was the ones, like, that would come down the street and the ice cream truck come by and they stop and buy everybody ice cream, or they got the hoop courts in their backyard. We can go in there and get it popping, or they got the sweet cars. So, you know, for us, not knowing no better, we just outside playing, but we keep seeing these dope cars riding by. And then if you got a little game, you hoop, you know, a lot of the drug dealers attach themselves to you, which we know well, you know, just from a lot of the situations with the popular hoopers in the city, you know, that had the wrong people behind them. You know what I'm saying? So coming up over there, like, I looked up to the drug dealers more than, you know, people in my family or the businessmen. I don't know why it was attractive, you know. Maybe it was because that was the only shiny thing we saw in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Everything else was bad.
Yeah.
And then you see a drug dealer with money. He looked nice. He got jewelry. He got the cars. He got the, you know. And then it's like, hey, I want to do that because that's the only way I feel like I'm going to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I feel, first of all, for our neighborhood, for any neighborhood, we need our drug dealers to be better. I know that sounds crazy as fuck.
I was gonna say, like,
No,
dude,
I
I know
exactly
it sounds
what you're saying,
crazy,
though.
like,
Yeah.
but they don't like to have a heart. And so when you see a kid who playing basketball, go buy him shoes. When you see a city park league, you sponsor it. Like, go sponsor the football league.
Yeah,
go
facts.
like
The
you know
mid-city and the-
Put that back
yeah,
into the
and so-
community.
Yeah, but usually those don't be drug dealers first. Those
No.
be men first. But what I'm
Exactly.
saying, the drug dealer first don't care about nobody.
He got rims, spinners.
Now everybody got that. I'm not saying. I'm talking about his heart is like me.
After hood.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
And
all
so
about me.
yeah, and so I'm not saying just because you sell drugs look, okay. Just because you sell drugs don't mean you're a drug dealer. You a person who sell drugs. And then there's a drug dealer. Everything about you is just drugs. You can't get this nigga to invest and do anything legal is straight drugs. You can't get him to fight somebody back or to look out for any. That's what he is. Like a killer, for example, right? It's some people who kill people, but they're not a killer. You're just a person who happened to kill somebody. Then you got some people who just want to kill. You wake up like, let's go. That's who you are. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's different. Just because they sell drugs don't mean that's them.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Do you feel like that could possibly be those guys who didn't have another way? Or were they just smart and just got in at a good time? Or like, who do you say is... How do you separate if you don't know him personally? How do you separate? Okay, he's a drug dealer.
You just know. You just know people's hearts, bro. First of all, you shouldn't be your occupation or what you do. You know, I rap, but I'm a man first. I'm a father first.
Yeah, all that come before.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, but if I'm just a rapper, everything about me is rap. Like every time, yo, I spit something, like listen to this, like let me play that, like just everything. Oh, I'm doper than him. I'm the GOAT, man. That's that rap shit. Yeah. You ain't even a man. Like everything about you is just rap. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like being doper than him. You know how rappers are. Rappers are fucking peons. Yeah. Like they shit on everybody. I'm doper. You got him. You don't play me. Leah, come on, man. Put me on your show, man. Fuck, you got that nigga on there. I'm sure y'all done had that. That's that rap. That's just like, you not a man first. Your whole identity is rap. Right. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. If you just a drug dealer, fuck everybody. I'm gonna sell drugs, make money. But you're not a man first. And so that's what I mean. Like you this before that. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, I knew young Ian. He was a good dude.
Yes.
And my daughter's father, Brian, good dude. But see, those are the ones that get taken out because if you're in that game and you have any sort of heart, any sort of humility, any sort of care about yourself, you're not gonna make it too far.
And that's why he said like a lot of them don't have that heart because they feel like at any time one of these cats I'm trying to get a pack from can play me. A fiend can try to play me. Somebody's watching my pocket, a gangbanger can try to play me.
The ones who last be the rotten ones. The ones still out from my era who balling. Because when you a man first and you get caught, I'm a man first, bro. I choose this. If I had to do 20 years, bro, I'm not about to tell on y'all, bro. Right. I chose this. I'm about to go to jail. You feel what I'm saying?
You should be prepared.
Like
when you get in the game for that.
Like
a lot of people not.
And like, you know what,
Most
bro?
of 'em
I'm
ain't.
stuck on this certain amount of money. I'm not about to burn my man just to get up, like, to keep going further, you got to burn a lot of people and cut a lot of people. But sometimes but when it's just like, nigga, I done heard a rat from my neighborhood. They use Jeezy rhyme. They said, it ain't about your flip, it's about who stay out the longest. Some shit Jeezy said, it's matter who lasts to stay out of jail the longest. So you got this motherfucker like, I'm telling on everybody. I'm gonna just stay out.
Whatever I gotta do to not be in there.
I seen this, right? It was 2 drug dealers in my neighborhood. And I don't want to keep talking about this shit too long, right? And one was a gangster first. And when I say gangster, I don't mean shoot him up, bang, bang. I'm saying a man who got principles and willing to kill or die for it. That's what when I say gangster, that's what I mean. Mm-hmm. And you had his partner, right? So they catch a case. Now the one dude tell on the gangster. He get 20 years. This dude get to stay out of jail and keep balling and balling and balling. Another case, tell he up. So all the kids, now it's 20, you know how the neighborhood be. 4 years is a whole new generation area. They don't know. So you got 3 generations. He the man. He the man that nobody want to remember that he told. This dude get out of jail. He broke. He back living at granny. He got to start from day one. He just did 20 years. Mm-hmm. Now this dude out changed the whole narrative about that rat ass nigga, that broke ass nigga. And now you got these dudes who look up to you ready to kill this dude. Cause they don't even know nothing about nothing. And you've been out balling and telling. And that's how fast the narrative could get changed. And that's why I said like in my like the bad ones, the worst ones are the ones who still balling right now from my ear.
A gangster from your neighborhood scared me away from ever touching, even doing anything, from just him breaking that perspective down to us one day. You know what I'm saying? He like, and this always still stick with me, and I make it a principle for when I talk to my little cousins. I'm like, look, you want to be in that lifestyle, you want to sell drugs, you want to do whatever you possibly got to do that could land you dead or in prison. Like, I was told, you better, number one, you better have some money put up. You know what I'm saying? You better have some money, because you're going to need it for either commissary or a lawyer or a funeral. And those 3 things, I'm like, I don't ever want to be in a position to where, or even put my family, because I've had, like being in the hood, sometimes you just do stuff because everybody else do it. And then you get caught up, you get jammed up, and then you like,
I knew better to do that.
Yeah, and you like, this ain't even really me. I'm in jail. Now you uncomfortable. The first time, like I tell people, the first time you go to jail is when you really figure out if you really cut out for that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that first jail experience.
Real quick.
When I tell you the first time I went to jail, the second, third, and fourth time I was cool because I knew what to expect. But that first time when I tell you I was terrified.
Yeah.
And they put you in that hole, you don't know nobody in there. You just like, they throw you that blanket and you and that cotton is like, yeah. And then you thinking like, because I got a family that's a prominent family. Oh, I'm getting out. Right. Then you call your mom when you get there and she like, you went to jail on Friday and you got a felony charge, so ain't no bonding out. You got to see the judge before you can get out. And then it's the holiday on Monday, so you in there from Friday to Tuesday.
And then you got
with the possibility of
serve lunch, so you get that little brown bag.
And then with the possibility of, you don't know if you're gonna get OR'd, SOR'd, or if your bond gonna be, your family don't know what to expect. Right. That first experience for me was like, okay, if I ever go to jail for anything else, it's gonna be because I had a suspended license or some simple, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not selling nothing. I ain't trying to be around nobody. And I grew up in the worst of hoods. Like, you know, it was Page first, then it was Vance, then it was Heston, then it was Tecumseh, then it was Hamilton, then it was Nebraska, then it was Oakwood, Lincoln, Fernwood. So it's like, no.
How was that moving around? Because I never experienced
it was
moving
great
around.
for me because I was a hooper.
Yeah.
So I'm getting the opportunities to where most people who know me from when I was younger know me from hooping. They didn't even know I did music. You know what I'm saying? So because I was playing back in the day, it was the Urban League at Smith Park. And if you got game, you go to Smith Park, you know, all 3 courts going. So if you make it on the middle court, you cool. That's the big court, and that's where all the ballers at. And so over there, you know, we had hoopers. Then you go to City Park. That's before City Park had the 2 courts next to each other.
One on each side.
Yeah. So if you over here hooping, you good.
You closer to
you know what I'm saying?
Closer to Nebraska.
Only thing about Page is that area. I tell everybody that north side is different, dog. Yeah.
I never lived or hung anywhere else in my life.
The South is family oriented. If you from over there, you from over there. You good everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying? No matter what part of the South, you good. Yeah. It's kind of the same on the West, but on the North, bro, if you grew up on Page and
hey, let's not even talk about other sides of town.
No, I feel you. I'm just explaining.
I get it.
But it's like if you from that part of the North, you don't go out chase or you don't go nowhere else. It's not accepted. You know what I'm saying? So no disrespect, but
I wasn't disrespecting.
Yeah. I know you Southside. I know.
No, it ain't even that though. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know one of them before. Man, why y'all got this nigga talking about our side of town and shit? Or talking like, and so
it be that deep?
Man, motherfucker, people in Toledo don't like me.
I never knew it was that deep.
Motherfucker do not like me, bro.
You a likable cat though.
Why do you think people don't like you?
Yeah, I want to hear that.
Because I'm too neighborhood orientated. And like I'm just too like
you talk too much about your own neighborhood. Like, what do you mean by that exactly?
I'm first of all, I'm really like, see, y'all know me, but I'm really not friendly to a lot of people, and not trying. I don't try to be, but like I grow with a gang attitude, and so like I don't have friends on all the sides of town. I never hung with other people on the other sides of town. I don't even wear different colors. And so I always just stayed with my own. I came out the game talking about my block, rapping and shit. Everything, my first video, we gang banged out.
So when you say neighborhood and oriented, you just mean like you're only acclimated to like the South Side. Yes. And you only really dealt with people from the South Side. So everybody else just kind of looks at you like you're an outsider.
Now that you say that.
And so off the dribble, you couldn't play my music out Stickney and shit. Like, you feel when I'm coming out the game, they gonna be like, why you got that nigga shit black? Like, it's kids who back in the day, like, I went to Leverett, man. They tried to jump me because I was playing your music.
Wow.
You feel what I'm saying? And so my music always been so pro my neighborhood.
Yeah, it represents your neighborhood.
And then I never had alliances. Like think about the Toledo music scene. Look at all the great rappers we have. You've never seen me and Magic Wine really hanging together and taking pictures. Magic Wine is my friend. We went to Robinson together. Yeah. And I wouldn't even know all the different people. I got banned from my whole district. I got put out of Pickett, put out of Stewart. And so I had to go to Robinson. So I wouldn't have to go to Jefferson Center. Because my aunt, Linda, Ms. Watson, she taught at Robinson. So she got me in there. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where I met Magic Wine and Ray Stone and all them. Yeah, that's where I met. You know, and so it opened me up. That's the only reason I know people outside of my neighborhood. You know, I only played basketball at the Doug in City Park. I never in my life stepped.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel like that, because like you said, I know you. Yeah. Do you feel like if you would have took the time or the opportunity to move around a little bit more, that same impact you have on the South you could have had citywide?
I don't know.
Or you just never really cared to?
I've always been a homer, man. Like, for example.
But when you say homer, it's still Toledo.
Right, so you don't believe your music touched the other sides of the town?
Yeah.
Because I was on the north side.
Yeah,
I was about to
but
say,
not whole.
Yeah,
First of all, before I'm a cast off. That's my whole slogan. I am who I am, even when it's unpopular. I never did popular shit.
You didn't?
I never made popular music. You feel what I'm saying? When I started making music, it was a throw there. The screwed and then the lean. I'm rapping about niggas posted by the stove with the yakka. I never rapped about I had money or it was always block raps or some social issue raps.
Yeah, right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, I never been that popular dude. I've been well known, but I just never was part of the popular. I played basketball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The basketball players never accepted me as a hooper because I'm on the court. When I shoot a three, I'm throwing up the neighborhood. I'm out there with Reebok Classics on. I ain't dressing like a hooper, nothing. Yeah. And my coach was like, is you gonna gangbang or play basketball? And so I never, and then I'm on the block, right? I'm on the block. I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. I'm reading Malcolm X. And so I'm not popular. I'm known and like in love, but I'm not the popular dude. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He was like a rebel in every aspect.
And so I'm not, and so I never, and then Toledo, like I understood early, they wasn't playing my music in every club. They was only playing me on the South Side clubs. And so I just like, and when I did try to reach, I did concerts. I used to concerts at club. Y'all probably remember this shit. It was Club Rain and all that.
Club Rain.
The whole man. When I say it's just the whole, it was 1,000 people there, all Southside people. I said, just my neighborhood love me, so I was just, you know.
Was that enough to you or for you? Was that enough?
It worked for me because everybody, okay, like when I started rapping, I was, first of all, I've never been the most popular rapper in Toledo. I've never been the biggest. I've always been one of the biggest.
One of the most consistent,
Yeah,
I will say.
Definitely.
When I first started rapping, Ray Stone was the most popular, right? You had a whole bunch of other people like who was rapping, who was probably better than me. But my shows sold out more because the South Side is big.
Mm-hmm.
And so I realized like I could get more people at my show than Ray Stone.
Because of,
Just with my neighborhood love. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And so my shows always could sell out. Just cause like, even with the shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Before shirts really became popular, everybody did it. I was selling 1,000 Southside shirts a month. Not even leaving Belmont. And these white people from the South End, Mexicans, just the South Side is that big.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And so I realized like Toledo is built on gang culture.
It is.
Yeah, and so the North Side would never like me like that. The West Side would never fully embrace me like that because I came out the gate.
Because it's almost seemed out of bounds.
Yeah. And so like, and I always told YM and Super J, don't make the mistake. I came out too South Side orientated where it offend, like if you play me around a whole bunch of blood.
That's what I was asking. You just said it. Do you feel like when you made that decision to do that, was that a mistake? Because you just said like the younger culture that's coming up under you, you telling them don't do it.
I can't say that because it's me.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? It's me. That's who I am. Like I always like, for example, before I could think about saving Chicago or Atlanta, I gotta say Toledo. Before I could say Toledo, I got my neighborhood. Before I could talk about this, my family gotta be straight.
Right.
Before I could talk about rural unity, man, my black people gotta be good.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm a homer. I always cared about my people first. And then I really believe like you go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it, man. The North Side would never like me as a whole. Mm-hmm. Just be at the end of the day, you was a South Side gangbanger, bro. You was my enemy. And so
you're an op. That's what
and then like a lot of people, I'm talking so uplifting the neighbor, drug dealers who just I'm trapping and getting $1 million, and I'm talking about niggas stand for something. A trap star, a drug dealer first would never like me because we got different morals.
Yeah.
And so I knew I'm a cast off. I appeal to the percentage.
You knew you wouldn't be accepted.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah.
You know what that is? A prophet.
That's crazy.
No, real talk though.
How does that affect you? That attitude that you had at home, you know, Southside home and all that. How does that work with you down here in this metropolitan megaplex down here?
Man, I fuck with the South Side here.
That's what I was just about to say. He came in here like, hey, y'all on the South Side. Like, I'm about to move back over here.
Nah, it's just like the East Side is so different to me. It just give me bad vibes. The South Side, it ain't because it got nothing to do with the Toledo South Side.
Right.
It's just,
sure?
I'm positive they like me over there. Like when I lived here last time, I used to perform 7 days a week, bro. Every open mic, I made a real name for myself. Marietta, when I used to perform out there, they didn't give one fuck. But when I perform at that motherfucking, what's that club on Old National? Club Throwbacks. I won it every week. $500 every week. It's on the South Side. It seemed like they connected with me more because I'm rapping about I'm rapping about zombies who little kids call mommy, the neighborhood fiend that we all call auntie, and they on Gobby Road like, oh shit. And I ain't, you know what I'm saying? And so it's more of that than I got one. And so they fucked with me. And the South Side here, they represent that grit. And so they gravitated towards me. And what made me know I had to come back here because I always had like a nice online following, right? So when I posted my neighborhood with these Southside shirts, I felt like, man, we need some of these on the South Side of Atlanta. The only thing I thought was the South Side of Toledo. I put my website up and it was fucking 80 orders from Forest Park, College Park, Riverdale, Fairburn, all South Side of Atlanta. and I'm shipping out every day. I said, I need to get the fuck out here. And it's just what they grab. You go where you celebrate it, man. Now where you don't, man. Look, man, you can't make somebody like you, bro. You can't be something you ain't, man. I cannot act like a drug dealer, bro. I just, if I had $1 billion, I just don't feel right with 5 chains on. Not saying there's something wrong with it, just not me.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And so they would never, a girl who like that would never like me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just follow my heart, bro. And if you gravitate towards it, man, fuck them, bro.
Yeah.
Question for you.
You feel what I'm saying?
Musically, what do you think of was the music now in the city? Because like you said back then when y'all wasn't no collaborations, now you see a lot of, with the younger generation, you see a lot of these cats from different side of towns, they collaborating.
Yeah.
And I you know, my personal opinion, I love it because somewhere along the line it's canceling out something.
Yeah.
Even if it's saving 1 or 2, you know, from, hey man, don't do that, that's my dog, or you might not be welcome over here on this side of town, but hey, you pop on a song over here, you know what I'm saying, or you might get a pass once or twice because of certain things.
Yeah, I love it. I love anytime anybody work together. I love it. Even when I came on, people work together all the time. It's just like I just never was in those circles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I never was in those circles. I was in my neighborhood.
Outcast.
Yeah, I was always like I just always was just with, it was always me and Freaky Fred or just the people I like, you know what I'm saying? I never was in those circles and they never liked me for real.
And I asked you before, I don't think you remember, but we was having a conversation somewhere and I'm like, man, why you don't be doing those shows? And he was like, people don't invite me.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I thought about it and it made me kind of, as a person who throw concerts and stuff, it made me kind of think about it like, damn,
I ain't invited me.
I never invited Prophet to a show.
But to their thing, which I agree, the South Side was some ignorant motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? And so when you bring me, you know, you got all the your whole
yeah, you know what's coming with it.
I don't have the drug dealers who there to show the gangbangers love me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And so you about to have gangbangers in your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying?
So who's
Never took it personal.
Nah, I already knew it.
Who's somebody that, as far as younger, that's doing music now, and they kind of remind you like, okay, he kind of like, from your side of town, you be like, he kind of remind me of myself when I was younger.
He dead, Lil Stone.
Wow.
Stone folks. Stone. He got killed. Him. I loved his music, man. And I hated that happened to him. He was only 18 too. Stone.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about him reminded you?
He just rap like, he wasn't social conscious like me. He wasn't social aware. But I knew his dad, you know, Greg Stone was his dad. Like that was, you know what I'm saying? But he cared about his neighborhood. He cared about you know, like he cared about the Brandwood Lot projects, and he gave you Brandwood. Like, for example, right? I never, when you listen to my shit, it wasn't like I'm just representing something or just shout. I told you stories about the neighborhood, and I feel like it wasn't just I'm from here.
He was the street journalist.
And I feel so that's
And that was another thing too, because people was like, that nigga Prophet ain't doing that shit he rapping about, but he just telling stories.
You
about
are.
the South.
In the city, because like you said back then when y'all wasn't no collaborations, now you see a lot of, with the younger generation, you see a lot of these cats from different side of towns, they collaborating.
Yeah.
And I you know, my personal opinion, I love it because somewhere along the line it's canceling out something.
Yeah.
Even if it's saving 1 or 2, you know, from, hey man, don't do that, that's my dog, or you might not be welcome over here on this side of town, but hey, you pop on a song over here, you know what I'm saying, or you might get a pass once or twice because of certain things.
Yeah, I love it. I love anytime anybody work together. I love it. Even when I came on, people work together all the time. It's just like I just never was in those circles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I never was in those circles. I was in my neighborhood.
Outcast.
Yeah, I was always like always was just with, it was always me and Freaky Fred or just the people I like, you know what I'm saying? I never was in those circles and they never liked me for real.
And I asked you before, I don't think you remember, but we was having a conversation somewhere And I'm like, man, why you don't be doing those shows? And he was like, people don't invite me.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I thought about it, and it made me kind of, as a person who throw concerts and stuff, it made me kind of think about it like, damn,
I ain't invited me.
I never invited Prophet to a show.
But to their thing, which I agree, the Southside was some ignorant motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? And so when you bring me, you know, you got all the your whole
yeah, you know what's coming with it.
I don't have the drug dealers who there to show the gangbangers love me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And so you about to have gangbangers in your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying?
So who's
Never took it personal.
Nah, I already knew it.
Who's somebody that, as far as younger, that's doing music now, and they kind of remind you like, okay, he kind of like, from your side of town, you be like, he kind of remind me of myself when I was younger.
He dead. Little Stone. Wow. Stone folks. Yeah. Stone. He got killed. Him. I loved his music, man. And I hated that happened to him. He was only 18 too. Stone.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about him reminded you?
He just rap like, he wasn't social conscious like me. He wasn't social aware. But I knew his dad, you know, Greg Stone was his dad. Like that was, you know what I'm saying? But he cared about his neighborhood. Mm-hmm. He cared about you know, like he cared about the Brandwood Lot projects, and he gave you Brandwood. Like, for example, right? I never, when you listen to my shit, it wasn't like I'm just representing something or just shout. I told you stories about the neighborhood, and I feel like it wasn't just I'm from here.
He was a street journalist.
Yeah, and I feel that's
what I think too, because people was like, that nigga Prophet ain't doing that shit he rapping about, but he just telling stories.
You are a street journalist. I'll never forget that day when you messaged me first. When we first started messaging about the show, and you sent me a video to look at, and I went back. I went to the link. I was looking at that video. And I will be honest, this was like the first time that I actually really I started going down the rest of them, like looking at your videos, and I'm like, man, that shit was crazy. Like, I didn't even grow up on the South Side, but just watching your videos took me back through so many memories of growing up in Toledo. Like, that shit was, that was crazy. Like, I was just like, damn, look at, and these was like videos he made like years ago. So just to even see that you really been working, like going strong. Like, he went strong back then. Like,
and
you know what I'm
tell
saying?
you,
and can I answer something? I just want to answer this question. First of all, I never lied in not one song. Dead serious. And so a person who say that ain't listening, because you never heard me on there, I shot 1 million niggas or I got bricks. What am I lying about?
Do you feel like that's why you were didn't get the... Because I like you said, you were popular, I feel like, but you just didn't get the credit I feel like you deserve, maybe. Do you feel like that's why? Because you didn't lie? You know, a lot of people.
And we are at a point to where we got to give you your flowers. I'll say that.
Yeah, for sure.
We at that point now.
Thank you. but like Kwame Brown saying right now, it's a go along, get along game. And so you represent who you like. And so so when they start giving out awards or they giving their props, these are people they next to. I'm on Belmont all day.
Yeah.
I'm on Belmont all day. And if you don't see me out there, I'm not now. I'm talking about I'm in the back shooting dice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so like I'm on Belmont what
Literally.
rapper friends did I have? All of them is friends. The DJs friends with the rappers. They hang together like And then you take the South Side period. Libby never got props. Like the basketball players always get overshadowed, overshine. And so my neighborhood,
I don't agree with that. Because y'all
they tore the school down. I don't agree with that.
I definitely disagree with that. But I will say, y'all, the South Side, some of the best hoopers, like, to me.
Look at their list though. Man, they'll forget more Putney resisted. Go look at their list. They always Sean Libby people, bro. Only one they'll probably say is Dub B because he a McDonald's All-American. Yeah. And Nate went to Libby 1 year. Yeah. But like just that it's like it is what but I just never was part of the popular circle.
Do you know that they do play your records in the club? You know that?
Yeah, people be sending me
I know I've been a few places where and I know one that's like always in rotation. Is
I grew up on a corner.
That corner.
That's my most popular song.
Yeah. So who came up? How did you come up with that?
Super J.
For real?
Super J came up with that hook. They didn't want Lil Mookie on the song at first because he not from Belmont. He from Buckingham, right? And so I'm like, I always made an effort to bring young people from the neighborhood and put them on my songs and and help them out. Like, people don't know the YM drop. Like, now YM, right? When I say this is my homie, he's a lot younger. I coached him. He played on I coached at the Douglas Center, bro, for years. YM was my point guard.
We was about to call him Springer. I was about to say Springer.
YM was my point guard. I used to take him from the Doug, then go watch him play in the stands for Pickett, then take him to baseball practice. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how, and so when Dog Run came out, you go look on SoundCloud. That's on my SoundCloud. I promoted that shit at first and then it took off, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, Little Mookie, who I grew up on the corner, people, I put him on that song. But this how we came up with it. I said I want to get everybody together, man, and we gonna bring the neighborhood, and we gonna start start putting the younger people with us. At that time, Super J younger than us too. You know what I'm saying? And so get us all together. And man, Super J, Freaky Fred picked the beat, and that man started saying, I grew up on the corner. I said, nigga, that's it right there. He's like, that's too empty, man. We can't just say one hook. Like, I said, man, nigga, that's the hook. Nigga, record that shit right there. And I knew what it was gonna do. The first time I heard it, like I went and dropped. I don't write.
I think the video also catapulted it. Like the record was already moving, but like when you saw the video, it just looked like y'all just
on the corner at the
and had a ball. Like,
but
you could
Freaky
tell
Fred ain't show up. Freaky Fred ain't even in the video.
Wow.
Like, he on the first verse. He ain't even in the video.
So is that the one you think, like, is that one song that you, like, when it's all said and done and you go through your catalog and you like,
hell no, I ain't nowhere near my best. But
from your perspective,
in this era, that's the biggest song.
That's
but if you go back to the early 2000s, Ohio Player was on the radio all over Ohio. That was on the radio in Cleveland and Cincinnati and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Before that, My Block was in every club. Block Life had me on the news.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so them songs, that's just, but people.
I remember that shit. You was controversial for that shit.
Hell yeah.
Like, you gonna put this CD out, all the gang shit going on right now.
And like, I was on the news.
With your black rag.
And so like, I done had some, but like, it's just this era.
Who your favorite rapper?
Ever? Tupac or Scarface? It go back.
I was gonna say, you remind me of Tupac so much, bro.
He's definitely revolutionary, like Pac was. Like, for real, like.
Yeah, that's Tupac. Back. I would say Tupac.
When you said that, I'm like, I remember that because you was on the news, you was in the paper, all because of CD.
Yeah.
Like, you was promoting gang violence, because that's what it was, for real.
And then a fucking preacher, bro. It was a preacher on the news.
The churches out to you.
Yeah, they took my CDs like I'm really Snoop Dogg or something, stomping on them and shit. Like,
are you serious?
Man, it's on YouTube right now. Go look up Prophet Fox News or I was on every news.
God.
Yeah, and then and it got so bad. I dropped this documentary. Who I talking about? How Fred Quincy? I dropped this documentary called On the Yard. It gave the history of Belmont. It's on YouTube now too.
I was about to say I watched it.
Yeah,
it's long as hell, but I watched it.
Yeah, and so it was a part, and people don't like. Toledo sucked Detroit dick now.
Yeah,
but it was a moment where we was taught, if you see Michigan tags, you shoot that car up. You know what I'm saying? Because Detroit people came and tried to take over Toledo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my dude Juice, they killed a lot of people from Toledo. Like, you get down and lay down.
Yeah.
But in my neighborhood, they wasn't having that. And so some Detroit, I don't know. You know what?
Yeah.
But something happened. Some
What
people.
is it, if you know, you know.
Yeah. The dude said this on a documentary. Dude, he was like, yeah, them Detroit people came in, we gunned them niggas down.
Yeah.
Man, the homicide detectives, who they coming to?
You.
Me.
Black life.
They coming to me like I said, man, what year was that? I said I was 10 years old at the time. Man, leave me alone. And then that's when they start raid. I had a party at Club Man. Me and Magic Wine. I had a show. They come raid that. Then I try to do. They raid that. Then they raid my mama house. And like I was getting harassed, bro. And he got rid. I already went to jail before that because the police planted dope on me before. You know what I'm saying? Like, And so, man, it got bad about that shit, man. They really hated me back then.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. It's a crazy story.
So we taking a
When you writing your book?
Man, hold
on. We're gonna take a break.
All right.
Start back with that question.
Okay.
I think. Okay. So we back. We took a small break. We're gonna let Leah kick off the first question for this round. My beautiful guest co-host.
When you gonna write the book?
Not right now. Not right now, man. Like it gotta be like
I mean, are you journaling though? You should at least be. This is the whole process. Is you writing? You gotta.
This it right now. We journaling right now.
Oh, look at you. Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? This journalism
YouTube
right
channel
now.
been journaling it, huh?
And so this journaling, but like
That'll be a hell of a book coming from
Yeah, yeah.
So
New York's bestseller.
But I
Even the
can't
movie.
end. I don't have an end right now.
Right,
Like I'm gonna end it. Like
You and we're in your present, and then when the next book comes, that's when
It's the
you know what I'm
next 20
saying.
years,
You know,
yeah.
what you mean?
Then your son will continue.
Yeah, exactly. Your legacy.
I think I had to.
It ain't gotta be
I
no
think I had
end
to
to it.
finish.
The
I think
documentary was really well put together. I can tell you took your time. With
Your first story, your first book could be your whole life growing up and being in Toledo and on the South Side, and then your ending could be moving to Atlanta.
We're gonna call
and
it
then
Raise
boom.
and Profit.
You know what I'm saying?
Raise and Profit.
You need me to be your ghostwriter?
yeah.
Let's sit down.
So we got the editor already.
On
But a
everything.
lot of, and it's good, like when he sat out and he started the interview at the beginning, he talked about his history, his family, being on Bill.
That was deep, too, the history.
A lot of people don't know that about their family.
Yeah.
Like my grandfather's family
definitely
history, he was one of the last people to sell his house when they was building the Hamilton building. When they came and they started bullying black people to build the parking lot and all that, they burned his dogs, his vegetables, all kind of shit to get him to sell. And he got top dollar. He was trying to tell a lot of black people, just hold out. They give you top dollar, you know. And he ended up getting the most at that time for his house.
Wow. That's powerful. I never knew.
Yeah, like when my daughter, when Braxton just turned 1, and my uncle and my dad and my aunt and them all came to town for her birthday. That was like the first time all of my dad's side of family, well, not all of them, but we've all been all together like that, because my dad really wasn't in my life growing up, and he didn't never know his dad. So they was talking about the history of like my dad's side of the family, and like I've heard stuff here and there, but just little stuff here and there, because my mom, one thing about my mom, she never ever spoke down on my dad's side of the family, even though he wasn't in our life. Like she always still kept us in his, you know, in his people's life, even though he wasn't around. But we never really knew much about our family. But I discovered, you know, through my uncles and my dad and my aunt, that like my grandmother, which was their mom, was like, you know, real in the streets, and she used to run with, like I told y'all, that, you know, a lot of the Motown, you know, like artists and entertainers and stuff like
I
that.
didn't know that. That's crazy.
And yeah, and my dad, he never met his dad, and actually he thought for several years that somebody else was his dad. One of his brothers was his dad, but he found out later on in life that was never his dad. And so then it was like this one particular person that they thought we were like related to, and they even tell me to this day, like, you look like them people. Like, he's like, I feel like looking at you like that, for sure that man was probably my dad, that, you know, that he found out about later in life, because we look like them or whatever. But it's just crazy, because like he never knew his father. Like I never knew my grandfather on my dad's side. And so, and then on the opposite side, on my mom's side, we were Mexican, and it's like complete opposite. Like 13 kids, you know, they was married, and you know, very family oriented. Yeah, my mom has 7 sisters and 5 brothers.
But that's how families was.
And my grandmother was married to my grandfather until he died.
But that's how the big family started in Toledo. A lot of them originated in the South. Let's say the Watsons, the Overtons, the
Savages,
Yo people, the Glovers, my people. Like that's how Toledo was bred. Like, and that's how it was. Like back then, you know, DNA. Everybody in the South side, that's what's name them baby right there. That's them people. You know what I'm saying? That's how we came up. you know, that rich heritage, then it spread out and built it Toledo. But like a lot of the black heritage come from the South Side of Toledo. You know what I'm saying? For real.
You know, I hear that a lot.
For real.
I hear that
straight
a lot.
up, though.
I hear that
straight
a lot.
up.
I think the sucky thing though is like now, like when we were growing up in those neighborhoods, they were neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? It was like we all played together. You knew, like you said, your friends been your friends since y'all 3, 4, 5.
If somebody come up
6.
to you and tell you who your daddy was, what's that? Your daddy?
And then it's like now, because of how dangerous, you know, and how out of control things are, we moving our kids into these neighborhoods. Well, some people are, where our kids ain't even really accepted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They're
Like
ops.
when me and my wife was looking for a house, and you know, the realtor was taking us all these nice houses in these areas, and I'm like, are they gonna look at my son funny when he outside riding his bike? Is he gonna be comfortable? Is he gonna be the little black kid on the block that don't nobody want to play with? Or, oh no, he can't, I don't want my kids around him. I'm like, no, I didn't grow up like that.
Right.
You know, I want my son to be able to go outside and make friends. You know what I'm saying? Go to a school to where, because that's how you build, like you said, them brotherhoods that we was talking earlier, that come from being around people every day. You know what I'm saying? Sharing stuff, and that stuff is really important. Like that's how you make real friends, you know? Yeah. And the real stuff don't end. Like you might separate and go separate ways, but when y'all get back together, it's like y'all never left, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
So what you working on now, man? Like,
well, I got an album coming out on the 4th of July called "Make the Hood Great Again" Part 2.
You ain't bring us no music?
It ain't out yet.
We don't get no exclusives or nothing.
Well, the first single was so it was on World Star and everything. It was called "Bulletproof."
Okay.
Bulletproof. That was the first single off of it. But I think more important than that,
You got an event coming up, don't you?
4th of July.
All right.
And so I always said, you know, the neighborhood went down when we took God out of it. And so with this, I invited pastors from you know, Christian churches. I don't even know any Jehovah's Witnesses. So I would invite them, but I invited some of my friends from the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? And then I really think what we lack at our school, we don't teach kids about credit, finances, what's an asset, what's a liability. And so I've been reaching out to a lot of people I know who know how to fix credit. Y'all set up a table and y'all teach these kids this is an asset, financial literacy. Financial literacy. Now, you talk all this mental health shit, you set up a table, you go to the battle zone, you teach these kids about real mental health shit. And then I done reached out to other people, like they got the Frederick Douglass Center about to open back. Kids in the neighborhood don't even know about it.
Facts.
What?
Don't even know about it. And so I just reached, what the fuck, bro? Y'all tripping. So y'all come on Belmont and y'all set up a table and y'all sign kids up. And so all the, like, I done reached out to my boy DJ John
Phenomenon.
And so, you know, he got the Toledo Black Business Group.
Yeah.
And so I want all the black businesses to come. Y'all set y'all table up and y'all sell y'all merchandise and bring awarenesses to this. And so when I reach out to a lot of people, first thing they say, man, no, bullets gonna be flying over there. And so, and a lot of people who talk all this black shit and all this community shit, them be the main ones saying that. So like, who are you trying to reach then? Ain't like, who you talking this neighborhood community shit? Who is you preaching to then?
Yeah.
You need to go and see, like,
go to the slums where it's at.
No,
Yeah.
So,
they
and that's what, you know what I'm saying? And they be having the wrong people on these all the wrong black people who ain't never been over there and don't even know what's going on, making decisions for these people's life, and they don't even know the people or scared of the people. And so I want to bring all them in. And so we still we're gonna set a stage, gonna perform for the kids and have the live DJ, the bouncy house, all that. But we need to bring
positive energy, so don't be no negativity out there.
Yes, yeah, it ain't nothing gonna happen. Right. Ain't nothing gonna happen, man. Ain't nothing gonna happen anyway.
So,
but
what time did that start?
It started at 2.
And where exactly?
On 1100 block of Belmont Avenue.
By the store, right?
Right, yeah, that same street. And it's going
That's Belmont
and Hoyt. But you got real, before I left, I did 3 block parties every year. Every 4th of July we did some.
Gun violence walks and stuff too.
Nah, I don't do that.
You didn't do the walk?
Nah, I don't believe in putting gun violence on it. I really believe whatever you focus on, you're going to track. Right. And so instead of talking about anti-war, you need to be saying pro-peace. Don't say don't. And so when you say I really believe that, like, if you focus on a problem, you just attract more of the problem than the solution. So I would never do a gun rally. You know what I'm saying? So I'll do a piece. You feel? And I don't think that even work anyway, for real. And so I didn't do that. I can't knock it. If they ask me to be part of it, I'll be a part of it. But no, I don't do that. Like I know who the ones who doing the killing and shooting personally. And so I know the problems and I know what the neighborhood need and shit.
What do you think the neighborhood needs?
God. Like the one to keep it all the way 100. But I really think some people are just fucked up. Like I know some stupid motherfuckers who just wake up just to like it, but the neighborhood need ownership of the people. Like I think the neighborhood really need first. Some people are just gone. Fuck the old motherfuckers who just fucked up. Yeah. But I really believe the neighborhood need more basketball tournaments, more basketball leagues, more football, soccer, baseball, need more community service, more community shit, more people teaching these kids about finance and
just
okay, let me ask you this because with us having been doing this show now for almost a year, I disagree that there's not people out there doing that. I mean, we've been to, I've been to countless community events where resources have been brought and people are there who really care. We're not getting paid to be there. We're all there literally on our own merit. Yeah. And nobody shows up. Nobody from the neighborhood. You got all these people who are donating time, donating resources because they care. Literally because we care.
I get it.
And nobody's there. No kids, no parents, nobody.
I understand totally what you're saying. But when I throw block parties in the whole neighborhood come.
Right, that's my point.
And so what I'm saying, I'm not saying that they don't. I only can speak for my neighbor who I'm around. I know they gonna be there. And so apply that into where they gonna be there.
I want to kind of correct you a little bit, Leah. I'm not gonna say nobody turns out, but it's not the turnout that's expected. You know what I'm saying? Because people do come in small amounts.
I've been to places where nobody turned out.
Well, come to the,
you know what I mean? Hey, I'm sorry.
Come to the Belmont Block Party. Come to the Belmont Block Party. I wasn't there. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But I don't know.
We don't. Yeah, it's just you put it together and hope that the people come.
What does that store mean for that neighborhood?
Store. It mean family to me. And it mean on the I'm gonna give you the positive. Yeah, and I'm gonna give you the real. I'm gonna give you the negative shit too. Okay. Positive, it mean black ownership in the neighborhood. Like the people of that neighborhood own something from that neighborhood. That mean a lot. And it means my childhood where my mama didn't cook. I had one rule: 9 o'clock, get the fuck out my house. And so I would get full off a quarter juice and the blue Doritos all day. You know what I'm saying? And so it meant that's where we hung at. And so that's what it mean to me, like my friends, and it mean a black family own something in their neighborhood. Now, it mean a lot of nigga shit. When you got a store to sell or hang out and shit, it mean it like if the store and my family left Belmont, it wouldn't be bad no more. Wow. Keep it all the way 1,000. That's where motherfuckers hang, and that's where all the bullshit happen at. But I really believe in independence. For example, like people of the neighborhood shall own every business in that neighborhood and employ our own people. Right. And keep the money circulating. Like I really admire the Asians. They don't come and white man accept me and white man is. They go build their own communities and all that shit. And that's what I really love. Like I really believe that's the angle. And I believe that would really help the neighborhood if you knew that your homeboy owned that store. We ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying? We own this shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so I really believe in that, and I believe that play a big part in making the hood great again.
So a lot of these cats that's actually getting money over there, you saying they should be the ones take that money and buy the block?
Niggas with money who fuck the neighborhood up, because what happened is I talk all this black ownership, but these niggas who lasted, the ones I told what type of nigga lasted a long time, they buy the neighborhood and blow the fucking houses up with insurance money. So now when you ride
everybody balling off scams.
So when you ride through my neighborhood now, you go down Hoy Street, ain't a house
over there.
Niggas probably
because everybody rich off of scams.
Bump that shit down. My whole block is probably 7 houses on Belmont now. Niggas done blew them bitches up.
Yeah. And then
whole neighborhood don't
and the
wait
white
to
man
shit.
come through and buy the lots and just wait for the other houses to get burned up.
We buying the lots now. I got a couple lots. Yeah. And so, man, my whole dream, man, I want to build a community center / school on Belmont. I really do. And in the classes, I really want a class to teach mannerisms, because I believe a good attitude and good manners will take you way further in life than a good grade point average. Because kids don't even know how to say please, thank you, you welcome. Being likable is a skill. That shit need to be taught. Knowing if I buy this asset or this liability is the key to having fucking money. And so that shit need to be taught. And I want to teach like little shit. Like I learned this old as fuck, how to breathe. Like just sometimes when you want to say some shit, just meditate. That was prevent a lot of shit. A class teaching that. And so we need, and that's what, like, that shit the neighborhood needs.
Real life value.
Like stuff, And so I really believe we need that. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's a real goal of mine.
We do. The kids do need to learn etiquette and say yes ma'am and no ma'am and yes sir and no sir and please and thank you and how may I help you? How are you doing? And things like that, because they don't. They're like, here, huh?
Cause
what?
All that.
I've been through hell and back, bro, just from having a bad attitude. All the bullet wounds and the stab wounds and the tooth knocked out and the going to gym, man. It was from me having a bad attitude, bro. Dead serious. Man, you know how many people are like, man, you've been making good music forever. How you ain't got $1 million? Nigga, I done had opportunities and fucked them up. For real. A fucked up attitude, bro. I can't blame nobody else. Nigga, I done been in rooms where I done made a name for myself in Atlanta last time I came here, performing 7 days a week. I done got right there and I done went in this room, and cause they wasn't like me, nigga, I'm like, man, like, I don't like these weirdos. Like with the bad, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know what I'm saying? A bad attitude. You know what I'm saying? And so we need to teach our kids.
People need to hear that. That side of it too. It's just that attitude alone.
Being likable could change your life. If everybody is who you know, nigga, it's who like you. Fuck who you know. Everybody knows somebody. Do this motherfucker in position like you.
Can I stand being around this motherfucker?
Yeah. And I do this now since I hire people and shit like that. You might be a better worker than them, but if you a piece of shit and you hard to deal with, I deal with this less motherfucker. Even rap. I got a studio in my house. I don't give a fuck how good you rap. If you a bitch ass nigga who I don't like, man, I don't even put $1 in you. I'll deal with this less talented motherfucker with a better attitude, bro.
That's real.
And that's real.
And we need to weed out them type of attitudes anyway.
No, we don't. We need
the bad attitudes. We need to weed them out.
No, see, that's why we go into the neighborhoods while they're young, and we teach them that. And you give your life lesson. I done fucked up this opportunity, that opportunity. We need them class in the Frederick Douglass Center. We need to come on the Belmont Block Party, have this table like, look, man, whoever come to this line, man, y'all get a free shirt. Y'all get and tell that. And everybody give you a good attitude will change your life.
Is there still a lot of kids over there?
Yeah. Man, my whole family still live on Belmont, bro.
I don't think there is like ever been a question of like what we need. I think everybody knows what we need. We keep having the same conversation. I can't even count the amount of shows that we've sat and talked about this. We know what we need. Okay, so why it's not happening? You know what I mean?
Because drug dealers ain't men and they using the money for other stuff.
I wouldn't even just say the drug dealers, because a lot of us with the connections, because somebody, like, even speaking for myself, like the connections that I have with the merging of knowing people from the church and from the streets, I know it's a lot more I could do, but a lot of times I be really so concerned about preserving my energy. It'd be like, I don't know if I even want to put up, because I had the.
I feel if I put it down,
I had the music school for kids for 3 years, where kids would come and we was teaching them instruments, and they was coming on the weekends and we was feeding them and all that. I did that for 3 years, and then it got to a point to where it was just so much.
Too much.
It was just too, for me personally, just making sure I keep it together, and I always gotta have people to come, because I could teach every class. We had vocal, piano, drums, all of that. And then we was the DJs was adding class, but it was like when it came time to the politics of it, it was just so hard to get people to be committed, and then you find yourself stressed out. you paying for everything. You know, nobody wants to really donate.
I mean, because even, you know, I want to choose my words wisely because I don't ever want to offend anyone. But I'm just saying, like, again, with having this platform and doing this show, there's so many different charity organizations, a lot of them doing the same things.
Yep.
And instead of everybody just coming together, you know what I mean, and making it one big organization and creating this big community center in the middle of the city so that we can reach everybody. And everybody has a strength and you know what I mean? Everybody has a role. But no, you know what I mean? And I probably shouldn't even said that because I don't ever want to offend anyone. I think it's amazing all the people out here doing their work in the community, but I think that's the problem because I'm going to all these different events and you just got these one people or there's 2-3 people, you know, who are, like he said, doing everything instead of these 3 people teaming with these 3 people teaming with these 3 people. And now you got a whole organization, you know what I mean, of people who are doing the same thing ultimately.
Where the events be at?
Parks, community centers. I mean, you know,
the place where they at.
Yeah, the
and I know people do like how you do for the hood where you from. Like, you know, other cats do it for their hoods too. But a lot of times, like you said, if it's not really the hood cats doing it,
like you said, you just said, well, I mean, when I throw a block party, everybody shows up. Yeah, like why can we get everybody to show up for a block party, but then when you say, hey, I'm doing something positive, we got these resources, we got the nobody shows up.
Yeah.
Cause you attract what you are. You attract what you are.
So I'm a nobody?
No. What I'm saying is like, no. I'm not saying that. Like, for example, if I did something like,
we gonna be hosting. Nobody shows up.
No. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. You attract what you are. For example, like, if I did something at a community, ain't nobody gonna come. But I'm on the block, and so the block people gonna come. If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
And so I think that's what it is. Like, for example, if 2 drug dealers beefing over money, I can't stop them from beefing. Mm-hmm. You know how many neighborhoods I didn't stop from, like, this part of Belmont beefing the 300, like, real killing. I didn't stop that. When the 9 and Belmont went to war like that, people don't even know. It ain't even get nobody died. I put an end to it. I set people down. They listen to me on shit like that. And so those the people I'm trying to reach. That's why I'm gonna be a 50-year-old gangbanger. Dead serious. Like, I am never gonna say no ex gangbanger is because those you only could reach what you are. I can't stop nothing talking about I'm not a gang member and trying to talk to a gang member. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so when I go to the neighborhood, we still gonna do the same handshake with everybody. I could be 50, married, and preaching, and I'm gonna still come do the neighborhood handshake. And with that, and so I could stop some shit or help some shit being that. Mm-hmm. Now I can't reach. Now if I'm trying to do something for the skateboarders, they not gonna come. They not gonna listen to me. But if and so I think if we apply that. I don't know, if I do what I need to do, I think I can make a change.
So what you're saying is like you saying, you throw your block party in the hood, you invited the black businesses and professionals to bring their tables and stuff to the hood. If you want to reach these gang members, if you want to reach out to these thugs that's on Belmont, I'm just saying, but for real though.
No, sorry.
But no, like when you think about it, that's what hood stock is kind of.
Yeah, if you want to reach the hood, we on Belmont. We having a block party. Bring the tables, bring your business cards, bring your applications for activities and stuff to the hood. Cause this is where they gonna be at. Cause I'm throwing a block party right here, and they fuck with me.
Look, man, I hate to bring up scripture.
No, please.
Jesus wasn't in the church.
No, he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
He was
talk
in the
about it all the
clubs.
time.
He went to where they went to. He
was kicking.
And so we can't ask, and so I understand this, bro. I used to stand on a block and wouldn't leave for years, bro. Yeah. If somebody, I wasn't going to no community center. When I found Christ, I found Christ, bro. When I started my first time going to church, I was grown. They came on Belmont, bro. Shauna Townsend asked, what's that church? It's out there by Rogers. Friendship. She had them come on Belmont.
And they did,
yeah. And so they was like, that's the rapper right there. You need to talk to them. They listen to him. And so Young E come, Who y'all looking for, Prophet? I said, man, I ain't trying to talk to them church motherfuckers, bro. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I was so fucking ignorant.
I
then.
saw your Facebook Live about that.
Yeah, I ain't, man, nigga, man, they want to talk to you. Just talk to them, nigga. Damn. And so I go over there and talk to them, like, you know, and so, like, and I went, and it changed my life. But they came to us, right? And then after us, the next day, Young E went out there and got baptized.
Wow.
You feel what I'm saying? Then more people. And then I brought, you know what I'm saying, as I got older, then I bring Norbert to church. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, it really, like, and so you got it, like, man.
What church?
I went to Friendship first. That's what got me. I mean, I'd never been to church in my life, bro, until I went there. And I was grown as fuck. And so that was the first church I went to. But they came, man. Like, they brought the word to the slums.
Yeah. So even if you was the only one they touched, like you said, that was the first time you ever went to church.
But it's a lot of kids. I know for a fact, I coached a lot of kids. So after that, I started coaching kids at the Frederick Douglass Center. I started hustling and everything. Dead serious. And I know, ask Juan Nobles. He boxed right now. It's a lot of people who said they changed their life listening to me, even though I was still fucked up. Yeah. But like, just them touching me, I probably, man, just imagine if I'd stood back and watched my little nephews and shit beef with the dudes around the corner, man, a lot of people would have died probably. And so just for them coming there touching me, probably 20 lives and got saved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people be like, man, just when you saying God gave me a gift and it's called today, man, made me start, you know what I'm saying, studying and shit like that. I had made this post and we was talking about religion, right? I said, man, it's only one religion for real. It's only like, and it's do unto others as you want done to you.
Exactly.
And that ain't even religion. That's in the spirit.
That's principle.
Everything else is religious bullshit for people to see. Because that's in every faith. Islam, believers of Christ, everything. Doing others as you want done to you. If you speak this, those are seeds. You grow that in your life. If you think this, you get that. That's the law of attraction.
Yeah.
If you give, it be given to you. That's in every faith. Yeah. And it's a lot of people I know for a fact, man, Norbert them down here right now. Norbert is an idiot, bro. But he be every time I do others you won't done to you. Yeah. And if them people, it is a lot of people who think like, man, my son pray and everything, man, like 5. Doing others you won't done to you 5. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? His brothers and sisters, which not my kids, know that. But if they didn't come on Belmont and do that, they wouldn't know that.
Right.
That's true. My philosophy is when I do bad, I feel bad, and when I do good, I feel good.
But if they didn't come, that church didn't come to the slums and throw an event where we at right there. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of churches are scared to do it.
Yeah.
Man, they don't want to do it.
And so I
can speak from personal experiences because you know my family church is in the middle of the trenches.
Yeah. But churches used to come to the hood. I mean, the one church used to come to City Park all the time with the clown. And
it should be more. And then when you get older, for somebody like me who get older and then like I go to church every Sunday. Like I know how to. My life now is to the point to where I go and get what I need for me and for my family. You know what I'm saying? All the extraness. I've been in church long enough to know I ain't with all of that. Like I know what I'm here for. It's connection that I need to keep. It's almost like paying a bill. Like you want to keep this connection. You know, that's just my perspective. And you know, even the church I would go to, my thing is like community. I'm like, man, we don't do enough. Even during the COVID, I look at other churches who was giving out food, who was doing all this other stuff. I'm like, man, you know, I be feeling like, dang, the way I'm connected, I should be doing.
It's not Christ-like, bro. Yeah, it's not like seriously, and so that to my point. What I was talking about, man, he didn't sit in the church, bro. And so what I'm saying, when we trying to get the people to come out there and go to events, you got to go where the people at, bro.
Yeah, facts.
And you, man, look, man, long as you got poor people and drugs, bro, it's gonna be drama. You never gonna change the hood, bro. You never. Mm-hmm. But it's the people you can impact, bro. You could change 3 people who could change his family life. Yeah. So that's what it's about. You're not gonna change the hood, bro. You're not. Right. You're not gonna change the hood. But if you could change, like my life got changed, bro. I wouldn't be in Atlanta right now if they didn't come on Belmont, bro. I won't be sitting with y'all. I know for a fact I'll be dead, bro. I know for 100% fact I'll be dead. And just for them coming on Belmont right now, I'm here with y'all. Dead serious.
And
so we gotta go. So we can't. And so we gotta go. We trying to save these people. We gotta go to them.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people, man, don't do no block party on Belmont. Like, man, do it on Nebraska where Al Shees them used to live at. It's a lot right there in the field.
Yeah.
I said, man, who hang out there, bro?
Nobody.
who am I trying to? I'm here to impact my block.
Yeah.
I ain't doing this for just to say I did some shit, bro. For real, man. Like, man, look, man, I'm playing on bro. I died already, my nigga. Like, I was on life support. I was in the hospital a whole month and a half. I flatlined. Like I died.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And so it ain't about just like, man, you gotta touch as many lives as possible, man, for real.
Mm-hmm.
That's some serious shit right there.
Man, cause you know what, man? Cause when you on your deathbed, only thing matter is the people you impact and the time with your loved ones.
Yep.
And you ain't gonna think about, it ain't one time I thought about how much money I had in my bank. Dead serious, but I'm fighting for my life, bro.
What year was that, Prophet?
That was March 4th, 2012. 2012. And words are powerful. An hour before I got stabbed, we was on a party bus. Like, man, would you rather get shot or stabbed? Fuck that, stab me. Them bullets burn. I'd rather get stabbed. An hour later, I'm getting stabbed.
Oh my God.
like this. Words.
Yeah.
An hour later, I'm getting stabbed.
Damn. It wasn't a dude that asked you, was it?
Huh?
It wasn't a dude that asked you.
I don't know.
Right, the fuck?
See, this is what happened. I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you what happened. All right, now I had came back from Atlanta.
And how old were you at this point?
I was old.
34.
31?
32, right?
31, 32.
How old are you now?
I'm 40.
Yeah, we 40.
I was born 1980.
80,
September
baby.
18,
That's
1980. But I was too old to be getting shot or stabbed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so, but the Juice asked me, it was Lighten the Rod, J-Rock, and the triple threat birthday thing. Yeah.
That's what it
And
was.
so I gave Tisha Lee her first interview on 107.3 when she came to sit and show. She always had a soft heart in her spot for me. And I introduced her to her husband right now. My best friend. I introduced them and they got married and I was the best man at their wedding.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
So,
Oh,
Dante
wow.
Mays and Tisha, I introduced them.
Shut up.
And Dante was mad. I never been to a wedding before that. I never even knew
He
nobody
was your
who
best
there.
friend before you ever met her?
Yeah, Dante was my best friend since 3 years old.
Shut up. I never knew that.
I introduced him when they got married. I'm
Never
crying
knew
at
that.
their fucking wedding.
never
My
knew
dude
that.
like, man, shut the fuck up or you make me cry. I'm crying real tears.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
but,
so funny.
You know, I always, she always loved me. I was her first interview. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't a rapper. You know, people hate rappers. DJs and interview, they hate rappers with the rapidy rap shit. Come here trying to look like a rapper, got to be laid. Niggas just the rapper
Entourage,
shit. And that's what I'm saying. You
all
a
of
man
that.
first before you a drug dealer, gangster, rapper, host, anything. And so she always liked me. And Lighten the Rod was the first person to ever play my song in the club was My Block. J-Rock was the first person to ever play my song on the radio. And DJ, one time before he hit the radio, I booked him to DJ my club. I mean, so I got a relationship with them. So I came down there. They had it in Adrian, Michigan.
That's where I was born.
Yep. And so I had the song with Life at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was it was
LA Cafe?
LA Cafe.
LA Cafe.
Yep. And so
LA Cafe.
when I'm in it, and see, if people don't know this, it's a lot of Toledo people and Detroit people sell dope in Adrian, Michigan.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And so they don't like it be, what I'm saying? And so when I go and, Adrian, I think they get the juice. They do get the
Yeah.
juice. Yeah. And so when I get there, I'm like a fucking celebrity to the people at Adrian. They taking pictures of me. We didn't even go down there deep. It ain't nobody from my neighborhood for real. We go down there and that's an event everybody dressed up. But I don't dress. I'm out there with Dickies on and shit. Me and my homeboy Mike Wheatley. We ride the party bus there, right? So when I get in there, I never had this much love in my life, bro. It's just like I ain't even know dancing, motherfucker. I'm dancing with girls and shit. I'm out there. They Ohio players play. They out there like, yeah. And so, but it's some dudes on the dance floor. You could tell they on straight bullshit. they throwing bold nigga this shit. You know what I'm saying? Lighten the Rod like, hey, Prophet, why don't you get off the dance floor and come in the VIP? My dumb man, I ain't no VIP nigga. I'm a man of the people. Nobody said words to this nigga. I'm down here dancing with this girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm dancing with a girl. She got about 400 pounds and shit. I'm kicking it. And so having the time of my life. I never had a time. And man, Mike, like, man, what you been drinking? Papa, you tripping? And so I see a couple more. Now I'm seeing a little more Southside people, but they got gators on. I see JT, B King.
They dressed up.
Everybody dressed up. And so they
like,
man, get off the floor, bro. These niggas is tripping, man. And like, I said, all right, I see it happening now. Now this, like I always say, you always follow your gut feeling. That's God talking to you. That's your spirit. That's your inner spirit. Ain't gonna never, but we get fucked up because our mind fucked up and it tell us some other shit, or our flesh tell us other shit, but we need to obey our spirit. My spirit say lead the flow. It's trouble. My mind say, man, fuck these niggas. Nigga, ain't nobody making me move, nigga. And so now some girl come to me like, Prophet, I don't appreciate you taking pictures with my girlfriend. I don't know who the fuck she talking about. I done took 1 million pictures. Like I was the talk of the night. Cause ain't nobody seen me. I've been going from Toledo for 5 years. And now I'm popping up and the dude's like, why they keep playing this nigga shit? They keep playing my shit. They playing me and country back to back. All in it, that's when country was rapping and shit. And so I'm seeing this shit. And so they come behind the girl like, I'm like, man, what the fuck is you talking about? My face and you know what I'm saying? I kind of like my whole demeanor to change. And it was like, they're a problem. Now it's like they like 14 deep.
Quick.
Yeah. And see, like here go the ignorant shit. I mastered club fighting. Like I never would. I always fought in clubs growing up. We used to go tear Club Liquid up. I went just to go fight. And so like I know for a fact I could whoop 6 people in the club. I know this sound ignorant. This ignorant as fuck. So I'm really not scared. Like and so they're like niggas like they're a problem. And so I look around like cause there's too many of them. I got 14 and I see some people from my neighborhood. But I know they ain't gonna help. You know, like, fuck, oh my God.
It's the wrong one.
I done turned my back. I'm about to go tell him anyway, like, hey, it's about, man,
right.
Fuck? Like, so this dude done hit me. Boom.
Damn.
It was so weak, though. I couldn't, nobody didn't see it. Nobody, I couldn't just let it go. Now my spirit said, man, let that shit go, bro. Because he think he did something. Yeah, nigga. And they weren't even doing nothing. My flesh said, man, knock this nigga out, bro. Man, I done hit him with a 2-piece and cleared him. And so now now I done went back to my club fighting days. Like when you fight in the club, you don't throw you just one punch, boom, you just keep like, you know what I'm saying? Man, I'm really beating these dudes up. Now that big girl I told you that 400 pounds I'm dancing with, I done turned, boom, hit me on my nose. Now that's the punch I feel. I'm like going to sleep. Like
hell no.
You knocked her brother out.
Man, I'm dizzy as fuck. Now I see Mike Wheatley. Now Mike Wheatley, I already know he gonna come. Mike Wheatley cleared her. That's the first time ever in my life. I never hit a girl in my life. You guys, any girl over there, I never even called a girl I dated a bitch to their face. Like behind their back. I never asked any girl over there. I never cussed a girl out.
That's respectful, you know.
Behind her back, like
say it behind my back,
Right.
And so Mike cleared, and so I had a decision to make, and it went fast. I done cleared her. They hit now. Now they hit me with bottles, everything.
Oh my God.
I'm hitting girls. I'm hitting everybody. It's all of them. The whole sit. I'm fighting everybody. So now the police then came in. Man, I didn't knock about. It was 1,000 people there, so I can't be lying. This was it was 1,000 people there, and this shit was all on Facebook and shit. Man, Prophet got drunk and high and just started beating people up. That was the rumor. I got drunk and high and just started punching people.
All right, Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, serious. And so I'm mad. I'm mad as fuck. I'm just punching people. I done punched, man, Lil Air from the Joint Mob, bro. You remember I told you Joint Mob was my favorite rapper as a kid from Toledo? I'm thinking he wanted because he had the Pele on. They all had Pele. Man, I done punched him, bro. And they like, oh, I'm just tripping like, nigga, you from here? Bow, I'm just tripping. So the police come in here. Now the police come like, hey man, get him. Everybody like, he is him. So I'm like, what? Now they didn't grab me, like, you know what I'm saying? They didn't put me in handcuffs. Now I got black dickies on. It's my whole body covered in blood, right? It's like, what the hell? I said, man, this girl hit me in my nose. That's what it is. They said, you don't have, your nose not bleeding. You need to check. So the blood, my whole shirt. So now I open my dickies up. This where this come at. Right here. Boom, boom, boom. It's just shooting out blood.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's somebody with you.
Yeah. He like and so this what happened.
So your adrenaline was going, you ain't feel nothing.
Didn't feel nothing. This what happened. Right after I punched a couple people, dude came behind me and started stabbing me and got up out of there. So I'm fighting stabbed the whole time. Didn't even know it.
Hell no.
So now I am tripping, man. Like, I'm tripping now. Like,
now you starting to feel it.
Hell no, man. I'm like, I'm killing these motherfuckers. It's like Mason. Everybody ain't like Mason. I said, man, that Mace don't do shit to me. Like,
That
I
nigga
been
turned
Mace
into
my
the
whole
Hulk.
life, man. I'm a credible Hulk, bro. I'm
Sure,
on
you wasn't drunk and high.
Man, never, bro.
Man, what?
And so that's what it was. Everybody be like, man, he got what he deserved that night, boy. And so now Vic Gaston, his cousin Leonard Gaston was working security. Leonard Gaston, the guy, I don't know if they not kin to Lightning, but they kin to Lightning Rod. You know what I'm saying? But Vic Gaston got stabbed because he seen a dude who stabbed me, and he stabbed him on the way out too.
Oh damn.
You feel what I'm saying? And so Vic Gaston got stabbed. I'm saying these people name and shit. You could tell it's a penitentiary motherfucker stabbed because like it wasn't no way, it wasn't like a girl cut you. That motherfucker hit boom, boom,
Shanks.
boom. Yeah, it was like he hit me like you gonna die, you get stabbed where I got stabbed at. And it was just and so anyway, they taking me to the hospital. I'm like, man, no, bro. I rode a party bus here, bro. I need to get back. I'm not from here. I need to get they said, bro, you gotta go to the hospital. They take me to the hospital. I'm like, could y'all just give me my stitches, bro, so I can get the fuck out of here, bro?
I give you some blood.
No, bro.
You need a donation.
I don't even. But Big Gas and scream, ah! I'm like, I feel bad. Like, man, he about to die, bro. They said, no, he's okay. You might not pull it through.
Oh.
I still ain't registering shit. It's a picture of me on Facebook. I took that picture. I'm tripping. Like, I took the picture, they sent to my cousin. Like, look what that. I'm talking on the phone and everything. I ain't think nothing wrong. So I hear them. They're like, if we don't get that Watson kid out of here, he about to bleed out in the next 10 minutes. Cause the blood is like all the way over there where the basketball room, blood is all over there, dripping it's puddles of blood. Like
lost a
real
lot of blood.
They cleaning me up and then patch it up and it like it's done, then it bleed out again. Right?
Damn.
Still, that's how fucked up my mind was. I didn't even care, bro. I wasn't scared or nothing, bro. So it's like, well, we got to get you a life flight because you about to die. They were so frank with me like that. They said we can't treat stab. We got to get you to Ann Arbor, Michigan, or Toledo, Ohio. Those are nearest places where we could help you at. And I said, I'm from Toledo, Ohio. And they said it'd be like a 10-minute flight. So they put me on a helicopter. Yeah, they put me on a helicopter. I never felt the take off. I just woke up 5 days later with a tube and shit, and woke up and seen my mama crying like, oh my God, he made it. My mama really was like, I just thought I lost my baby. That's the shit. I just thought I lost my baby. And she tell me that to this day. She always, and then even like me and my father like didn't grow up together like that. Even though he always said, everybody I know who was there be like, ain't no way, we thought you was out of there. The lady who did my surgery, she didn't supposed to say this. She was like, they was ready to give up on you. This was my first surgery and you my miracle baby. And she came every day to see me and shit. So I'm in here, but it was but now it's still a good chance I wasn't gonna make it because my lung filling up with blood, my lung totally collapsed, my intestines, I got stabbed in my intestines, so shit all in my body and shit is infected. I'm fucked up. Poison, I got 90 staples up my stomach. And so I made this song called Lead This World in Peace. It was talking about my nephew, Lil Fred. It's called Lead This World in Peace. But that was my prayer to God. I said, so frank and fucked up in my head still like, well, God, if it's my time to go, I can go. If I did my work here, I could lead this world in peace. And that's when I got a real relationship with the Spirit. And clear like we talking, it was like, you ain't did nothing you was put on this earth. You ain't even started doing nothing you was supposed to do yet. Wow. You feel what I'm saying? And so now my life is, I'm going over my whole life, right? Y'all won't believe the only thing popped in my head, bro, was the 2005 Toledo riots that I basically started. Because I threw one of the first bricks. When the Nazis came here with that riot.
Yeah. I remember that.
I was ask anybody, nigga. I was one of the first one to throw the bricks.
Now, what was you doing on the north side?
Because I think on Malcolm X, I hear Nazis. Well, oh, fuck that. I know they don't like me. We going over there. here.
You said ain't no
I'll go
north side, south side today, niggas.
Man,
It's Toledo versus everybody.
It's us versus them.
I didn't have a kid. I didn't have a wife. I didn't did shit, bro. Only thing popped in my head, that was the highlight of my life at that time, was the Toledo riots, bro. I couldn't think of a birthday, Christmas, nothing, because I was always deep. Man, fuck that white man holiday. I ain't celebrating that shit. Cause you know what I'm saying? That deep shit. And man, I was in that hospital. Now all kind of shit going on. It's fluid going on my heart now. I'm in intensive care. Ask Tracy came up there. To this day, I don't know how the fuck Tracy got up there. Cause when you get shot or stabbed, they don't put your real name on the hospital. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got it like, your mama could sign people. And my mama don't know Tracy. Tracy got up there. Cause the nurses knew, like, that's the rapper. You know what I'm saying? They all knew who I was. And so I was in intensive care for weeks. And so, you know, they had, now I got a friend named Mert. Mert got killed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and so this will fuck me up. And so somebody was like, hey, you know, Mert didn't die from that bullet wound. Mert died from staph infection or pneumonia in the hospital. I don't even know how true it is, so I shouldn't be saying it on the radio. I know Mert was in the hospital for a long time. He said, motherfucker, because I wasn't doing shit they told me to do. They had a breathing thing. When you get your lungs fucked up, it's a thing you got to blow in, like, and you got to hit a certain number, but it's so much pain in your lungs when it collapse. They said, you better do that, bro. And I thought about Mert. Mert was my friend since preschool. I got a son. Mert was my people, my dude since preschool. You know what I'm saying? Mert was, you know. And so I started following rules. Now I'm blowing in that bitch trying to get the fuck up out that motherfucker. But I was in there for so long, bro. Like, and you know, my intestines got cut up, so you can't eat. Right. They put this thing up your nose, shove it all the way in, it go down, and they drain everything out your. So you see all this green shit. That shit was in there for like days. And so it was just so painful. It was hell, bro. I'm talking, this was the worst time of it was worse than jail, bro. I said I'd rather be in jail. It was just so, you can't eat. Every time you go to sleep, they come and drawing blood. Only thing calm my soul and spirit, bro, believe it or not, was when Friends and Seinfeld came on. And I hate fucking Friends. That's the only thing I could watch. Sports got on my nerves, everything. But I was in the hospital for like a month and a half. When I came out, I probably lost 80 pounds, 90 staples up my stomach. I was so frail, fragile. But that's what happened when I got stabbed. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't went too deep in details and shit. But yeah.
That's crazy.
A lot of people wonder about that, you know?
Yeah, and so.
But that was so out of the blue. Like, what the fuck is he even getting stabbed for? Like, what did he do to somebody? Like,
I never knew what happened either.
Yeah, and I got stabbed in front of 1,000
I didn't even know
people.
you was in Michigan.
Yeah.
People
I do remember that party.
People didn't even know I was back in Toledo.
Yeah, cause you.
Yeah, I was in Atlanta, and you know when I'm in Toledo, I love my family and friends, and all my family and friends is on Belmont. I got cousins who don't live, but we not close. All my immediate Watson close friends and family is on Belmont to this day right now, bro. My mama, you can't pay her to leave Belmont. If I had $10 million and I'd be like, Mom, you got to get away. She not leaving.
That's. I mean, we see where you get the loyalty from. Yeah, because I mean, it took everything in the world to get my grandma to move off Norwood. I mean, you got cats running in there hiding from the police because she was grandma. You know what I'm saying? She knew all the boys we grew up with. Dude got killed right there on Forest in Norwood, and that was when we was like, okay, grandma, like this is really. And she
still didn't want to go.
Dude, she 84 at the time, I think 83, and she like, no, I'm not moving. We literally had to physically move her into the Beacon place while she wasn't home, and was like, yeah, grandma, we moved you out.
Yeah, but that was 2012.
And she cried like she ain't want to leave Norwood. Dog.
Matter of fact, I think I'm trying to think. How did I find out? I found out about Facebook, but me and Leah was talking about it because
211.
Yeah, because he just Mud City UT. He was just talking about hooking up with you because you know me and worked on the road to construction. And he's like, man, what happened to Prophet? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't know he was in the city or what he was even doing around these parts. That's it.
Yeah, but that's the truth. What happened? Because then there was another one. I touched some girl butt. Man, I don't touch girls' butt and shit like that, bro. That ain't what happened. But that's exactly what happened. And it was crazy. That time, man, it changed me. It didn't make me. I think when Fred got killed, that made me bad. That made me worse than when I actually got stabbed.
It was almost like when you got stabbed, like you said, how if you still be on here today in Toledo, you would be dead. But like when that happened, it was like, and I hate to say, it kind of sound fucked up. Like, damn, they got my man. Like you said, some people just be the hood taking money like Belmont to a block.
Yeah, it was rest in peace. I'm looking in and showing me like rest in peace, Prophet. I was out of here.
And that's a hell of some shit. People, y'all gotta stop putting people dead on Facebook. Y'all know.
Yeah.
Man, for
that's
real.
because everybody want to be the first to report.
To tell something.
Hey, man, my mama thought I was dead.
Right.
Everybody thought to this day, you call my mom, you call Dante. Ask Dante, bro. Right. Dante was there. Man, motherfucker, because they was doing, when they pulled me in surgery before, so they took me straight to surgery, and I'm unconscious. Like, I was in a coma for days. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I was out. I woke up 5 days later, bro. And then they had me on the strongest, that's why I know drugs serious, bro. They had me on the strongest drug, Provolone, the shit killed Michael Jackson.
Propofol.
Yeah, I was about to say provolone. That's fucking cheese, ain't it? Yeah.
Cheese, too.
Yeah, I was on that. And then they lowered me down to morphine.
Lowered you.
That's lower.
Yeah. And then they lowered me down to, I think it was still oxys back then, but it was basically a perk 30s. But it's different when they shooting that shit in your arm, injections.
It go right into your shit. You know,
and that's a month and a half of getting basically heroin injected into
me. God.
Because that's what
and
it
so,
is.
And then when I came home from the hospital, I'm on pills real tough. Now I'm in pain now. When I got stabbed, the shit ain't hurt.
Right. Now
but
you
now I'm in pain. I had to take a perk every, you know what I'm saying? And
4 to 6 hours.
4 to 6 hours.
What? Nigga, I'm taking one every hour.
What?
Nigga, because I'm
they
on
must
pills.
have you some fives.
No, because they was shooting. They went from shooting shit. Provolone and more, and so the pills ain't. That's like a heroin addict go from shooting heroin to snorting heroin.
Yeah, it ain't gonna have the same effect.
Shit, nigga. I've been having injections in my arm for a month and a half straight. Now y'all give me some pills. That shit ain't doing nothing.
That shit take time.
Did you start like having withdrawals and stuff? If you went,
I'm about to get to that right now.
Cause you ain't never used drugs with that high.
When I say I never been drunk in my life, now I smoked weed, but I stopped when I was 12. And so I started smoking when I was 10, I stopped when I was 12, and I never smoked again. I smoked one time since then. So I never been high on weed, none of that shit. And so now I'm on perk 30s after all this shit for 2 months. And so I found I was loving that shit. Cause I was going through post-traumatic stress and I ain't even know it.
Right.
Anytime somebody walked behind me, anytime I seen a knife, getting shot it wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't mean it like that, but
all the experience.
Yeah, but that knife shit was just something different because
somebody got into your circle.
They trying to kill you.
They got up close.
Shooting, motherfuckers just did a drive by. You probably you was probably just shooting. You try to kill me, and so it was. I didn't want nobody behind me. I didn't It was just every time I close my eyes to go to sleep, a knife. I'd be a butcher. It was different. I'd be seeing a butcher knife go on my stomach. You feel what I'm saying? And so I was just going through it, man. I was going through it. And so, man, them perks was just it was easing me. And so I said, no, I got to stop this. And I just went cold turkey. I just stopped and dealt with the pain. And I went through real Ray Charles withdrawals. I couldn't sleep. I'm going through shakes, everything, bro. Like it was hell. And I had a girlfriend at that time. And, and she was a really good girl, but it was just too much. We was on it together. You know what I'm saying? I just came back to Toledo. We was talking, I knew her a little bit. We was talking, and then I get stabbed. Now we staying together. You dealing with this crazy nigga going through post-traumatic stress and withdrawals.
She ain't signed up for that.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Bless her little heart.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then a year later, Fred get killed. And now I'm really, if anybody knows.
So Fred got killed after you got stabbed?
Fred got killed.
2013.
June 16, 2013 on Father's Day.
You said, March 4th, 2013?
Mine was March 4th, 2012.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Fred got killed a year later.
Wow.
And if anybody know Fred, everybody is the rest in peace Fred is the slogan on Belmont and Fred. Fred was like my son. Yeah. That, even though that's my sister's son, that was my baby. I taught that kid how to walk, everything. That was my kid, bro. Exactly. Now you go look at my videos, Fred is the baby in my video. That's my baby, bro. And when he got killed, and I'm seeing the other side of town putting LOL, rest in peace, and all this shit, and they making songs and shit, and you know what I'm saying, and I wanted to kill everybody, bro. I ain't like dead serious. That changed me, bro. Like that turned me into like I really changed, bro. Like I did shit I could never come back from, bro. About that, dead serious. Like I really, like you know, and that really fucked me up for real. And so all that shit back to back, it was crazy. Them years was crazy.
Barely was healed up.
I wasn't healed for real.
Exactly.
I'm still not. I still feel this shit, bro. I never breathe right. I can't lift a lot of shit. Like I can't hoop for. I was a hooper. I can't really play no basketball like that a lot no more.
You blessed, bro. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
And like we said, if you know, you know. If you know this man, like we know this man, you know the story for real. So.
Well, I just want to say, man, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy Atlanta life.
Oh man,
to come and talk to us, and I don't even really consider this an interview. It's more just like a conversation.
Man,
you know, you just like I said earlier, we pretty much like at the point now where we got to give you your flowers. You know, you earned them. You earned your stripes, man. You earned them.
I ain't did it.
I know you. No, I'm saying you got more to do. Don't get me wrong. I know you're gonna get it done. That's one thing about you. I know you're gonna get it done. But for what you've done so far, for the neighborhood, for the city, and everything you're doing, the shirts. You know, you never you never know what the somebody seeing that on your T-shirt could do for a person. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you feel like you've done differently since you heard that voice tell you ain't did shit?
Oh man,
what are you doing? What have you done differently
How
going forward? And what are you doing right now in the present to live the purpose and to live out why God put you here?
Enjoy every moment. Enjoy it. Love your family and friends. Appreciate them. I love them more than ever. Like I love them so much, man. Impact many lives as possible, bro. And so that's why this 4th of July mean a lot. Just save a life. You feel what I'm saying? I know what God did for me. And so that's why I always got to glorify God, because I know God could change. First of all, we could talk all this community shit and try to do something, man. Only thing could change is the person. Only way you could change anything if a person changed their mindset. That's it. I was just saying this the other day. I said this on my Instagram, and you know I got a lot of bad inboxes about this. I said a man could have a female, right? If she got in her mind that she loved having 10 dicks in her by 10 different niggas every night,
ain't nothing he can do about it.
I don't give a fuck if you fuck like a porn star and have a horse dick. You can have $1 million and give it all to her. She gonna fuck other people.
Mm-hmm.
If that's in her mindset, and it's the same for a nigga, bro. Now, since I've been here, I've been moving. A lot of people from Toledo, a lot of people from my neighborhood been coming down here, right? Took them out the hood, all this shit. Man, fucked up mindset still. End up sending them punk motherfuckers right back. And so, and I know one thing that can change somebody's mindset is when you allow God in your life and it show you how to do unto others as you want done to you. Knowing what you think about, you attract that to your life. And that really, when you change your mind, if you can't get that motherfucker to change the way they think, man, it ain't nothing.
Right. You're absolutely right.
Well, we appreciate you, man. We gonna
hold on. We want you to let them tell them how they can.
Yeah.
Anybody that want to be a part of what you got going on,
and the new album. How can so it actually drops on the 4th?
It dropped 4th of July, and it's on every site.
Yeah, okay.
So that's all they're gonna be hearing on Bill One at the block party.
And I made that album 2-3 days. Yeah. This year, because I had the album come out January. I record music fast. I record 3-4 songs a day. Yeah. But can I just say something about the album?
Yeah.
Like the album, basically what I was talking about there, it tells stories. Right. It gives you the whole background and everything. You feel what I'm saying? But I just want to, I drop on 4th of July because it's Independence Day for America.
Right.
But I want our independence. Like as artists, hey man, fuck what's cool, bro. Not saying that's what you got to do, but sometimes if you love making music, make music, bro. Like I just want to create independence to make it cool, just to be who you are, even when it's unpopular. Do what's in your heart. Right. I want independence for the black community. Let's own our own shit. Let's teach our own kids and quit begging from the fucking white man, bro. That shit is lame and outdated to me, bro. Like, white man feed me. White man do this. White man do this. President do this, nigga.
But if you gonna do it, why is it lame?
We could do ourselves, bro. Because the Asians doing that shit. Right. Every other people, like down here, I live in Lawrenceville, Georgia, right? Africans, Nigerians, they not kissing white man ass. They building their own community, got Nigeria and everything. Asians got fucking Chinatown over there. Yeah. Everybody is doing their shit. It's still the niggas talking about white man.
All we doing is being the consumer.
It's still talking about white man, man. Fuck, not saying fuck white people, white man. Hey man, fuck the white man, bro. Not saying fuck white people. Well, I know silly motherfuckers that misunderstand.
Yeah.
I don't even give a fuck though. Right. Hey man, we could do this shit on our own, bro.
Well, we got 30 seconds, man, before this part 2 ends. So, like I said,
man, let's get juicy.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get you back on the morning show next time. I know you won't be able to do a lot of the cussing on the morning show, but we got enough of that on the.
Damn, I was cussing. And I'm trying to stop cussing, man.
But no, man, be yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know how to adjust.
No, you know what's crazy, man? And now I'm about to go on some more shit.
No, we're talking about that off the air, man.
I love cussing, bro. Like some people, like if I say fuck that.